Police and military personnel in Myanmar are trying to disperse protesters who are back on the streets. This, a day after security forces used live fire, killing at least 18 people, according to the United Nations, and wounding 30 others. Around 1,000 people are believed to have been detained in the crackdown. On Monday, police in Yangon used tear gas to clear the protesters. It's now been a month since the military seized power in Myanmar, prompting daily protests calling for a return to democracy. Now, ousted civilian leader Aung San Suu Kyi appeared in a closed court on Monday by video link on charges that observers consider obscure. Let's bring in journalist defiant, who is in Yangon. Thank you so much for joining us. What kind of impact has Sunday's violent crackdown had on the protesters? What are you witnessing?
So what we're seeing with today's protesters are people who are better equipped and who've come better prepared for violent crackdowns. So this morning, starting around 8 a.m., at least where I was in Sanjiang Township, a number of trucks came with sand where protesters began to build barricades using construction material, tires, anything they had laying around, as well as filling dumpsters with the sands brought in by the truck. And people are out with shields, water, equipment to deal with tear gas, things like that. And everyone is just really prepared for some sort of showdown.
And apparently, reportedly, we might have, in fact, seen that over the weekend with reports of at least 18 people killed. Tell us how that's impacting the mood right now and the sense of resolve among the protesters.
Yes, the protesters are incredibly angry. And, at the very beginning of these protests, you often heard protesters giving water to the police, flowers, snacks, and they were often found chanting, the people's police, join with us. And now, you see protesters cursing at the police more, calling them cowards, asking them if they're not ashamed of the role that they're playing in, as the protesters are calling it, protecting those who are power crazy.
Wow. So pretty strong language that they're using. Tell us, ousted leader Aung San Suu Kyi, she was seen in court today, the first time she's been seen since she was detained as part of this coup. Tell us a little bit more about what transpired.
Sure. We don't really know what has been happening in court. We've only heard of her appearance through her lawyer, who witnessed the call, and we now know that she has been charged with an additional charge in addition to the previous two, and she's been charged with sedition. Her lawyer does say that she is in good health, but we still don't know where her whereabouts are.
Defiant with The View from Yangon. Thank you so much for joining us on DW.